Welcome to this explainer made by Forge College. I'm your host, and if you remember our last lesson on integration reflection, we gathered up a ton of conceptual materials. Well, today we're taking all of that and drafting our official, rock-solid blueprint for an ERC-4337 smart wallet. We are moving straight from the whiteboard to the drafting table for this capstone project. Let's get right into it.
Here's a quick roadmap for today's session. We'll cover blueprinting your smart wallet, setting exact objectives, running an ABI compatibility check, mapping out our stakeholders, and looking at the next steps. Nice and structured.
All right, Section 1, Blueprinting your smart wallet. At the very core of our technical schematic is something called a user operation. Basically, this is a pseudo-transaction object, specifically for ERC-4337. Think of it as the ultimate instruction manual for your smart wallet. It holds all the crucial data, like the sender, the nonce, and various gas limits. It's really the mechanical heart of our system, and our blueprint has to explicitly handle exactly how we process these fields.
To make sure that heart beats correctly, our scoping document needs to hammer down 5 specific areas. We're talking implementation objectives, design constraints, compatibility considerations, risk alignment, and stakeholder mapping. Listen, if we skip clearly defining these before we write a single line of code, pushing to the mainnet is just going to be sheer chaos. We absolutely need this structure.
Moving right along to Section 2, Setting clear objectives.
So there is a massive difference between what we might want and what we can actually test. For instance, an objective like support account abstraction sounds amazing, right? But it's incredibly vague. And let's be real, developers hate vague requirements almost as much as they hate writing documentation. Instead, compare that to 0 nonce-related failed validation events. Now, that is a verifiable, concrete metric that a machine can actually check.
So, how do we systematically get to those verifiable metrics? Well, we use a repeatable 3-step scoping workflow. First, you consolidate the objectives and constraints. Second, you produce a strict compatibility checklist and an automated validator. And third, you map your stakeholders directly to risks and acceptance gates. Boom! You've effectively converted fuzzy concepts into a rock-solid project scope.
All right, Section 3, the ABI compatibility check.
Now, here's a massive question we really need to think about. How do we actually know the wallet is ready without testing on the live network? Seriously, how do we safely verify our implementation without the heart-pounding anxiety of executing real on-chain transactions and risking real assets?
The secret here is a building inspector, or, in our specific case, an automated TypeScript ABI validator. It is exactly like a municipal building inspector walking through a house's blueprint, meticulously ticking off boxes for smoke detectors and fire exits before anybody is ever allowed to move in.
And what exactly is our inspector looking for? Well, this checklist highlights the mandatory ABI functions. The validator needs to see validate user op, execute, and get nonce. But it goes deeper than just checking the names. It checks the expected input types, like bytes and uint256. This TypeScript validator will scan the compiled contract artifacts and spit out a completely deterministic report of any missing or incompatible methods.
And what's the acceptable number of missing methods? 0. Nada. Zilch. This is our strict acceptance criteria. It acts as a beautifully simple binary gate for your continuous integration pipeline. If the validator returns anything other than a big fat 0, the build fails. Period.
On to Section 4, Mapping out stakeholders.
Think about scoping, like organizing a group dinner. Who is actually paying for the pizza? If you don't decide that up front, everybody just stares awkwardly at the bill when it arrives. In Web3 development, the real question is, who underwrites the paymaster? Explicitly assigning responsibilities like this from day one completely prevents the inevitable finger-pointing later on when something breaks.
So we build out a stakeholder responsibility map. We break down the scope item, the deliverable, the metric, and most importantly, the owner. For example, the integrations team owns ABI compatibility. The wallet team owns nonce semantics. The security team owns verification. By the way, Forge College's wider learning programs emphasize exactly this kind of cross-team engineering accountability, because without it, even the most elegant code will eventually fail in production.
Finally, Section 5, Next steps for ERC-4337.
If you remember one thing today, make it this core takeaway quote. Treat design constraints as contract-level obligations. Seriously, things like gas budgeting, nonce semantics, and reentrancy checks are not just polite suggestions.
They must absolutely dictate your wallet's ABI and the strict rules of your testing suite.
So, what have we actually built today? These are your concrete blueprint artifacts. You now have an objectives table with real metrics, an automated ABI compatibility validator, and a stakeholder responsibility map. These 3 items should now sit perfectly under the scope and acceptance heading of your technical brief, completely ready for a formal design review.
With those artifacts in hand, here is what is up next in our capstone project: Security and UX Considerations for ERC-4337. Because our blueprint has now been approved by our automated inspector, we get to treat our security and user experience design as highly targeted engineering, rather than just some open-ended, chaotic discovery process.
I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Are your project requirements actually testable, or are they just wishful thinking? Challenge your own scoping habits as you build out these smart wallets. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer made by Forge College. Be sure to head over to forge.college to dive deeper into this subject, master more Web3 topics, and check out our full track of courses. I'll catch you next time.